I'm starting to get really excited about making my first trip down to the new property. It's a little bit difficult juggling my excitement to move to a new place, but also the crushing weight of having to clean up everything around this place. I was really lucky that I found this super cute little manure spreader just in time to spread out my giant pile. I started off the day by thinking this would only take me an hour or two, but I was sorely mistaken. I only took this piece of equipment on a tiny little test drive when I looked at it, but I'm happy to say that it is working amazing. The giant manure pile that I have has been the newest pile that I'm spreading. The older manure is going to get picked up by a landscaping company, so I pushed it into one giant pile so it's a little bit easier for them. As far as the rest of the property cleanup is going, I am making some really good headway just cleaning it up in general. The only problem that I've been running into with the new manure spreader is sometimes I'll find rocks and I definitely don't want them flinging around and hitting me. So far, I've already made a bunch of trips and it's hardly putting a dent in my giant pile. Ideally, this manure would be left to sit for a few more months to break down. I've tried to speed up the process over the last couple of weeks by watering it and turning it. This combination gets the little microbes working a little bit harder. As you can see from the steam coming off the pile this morning, they are definitely working their hardest to break down this compost. While I've never had my manure pile catch on fire, it is quite warm to the touch. If you're doing a lot of compost that has wood chips or something that can actually burn pretty easily, that is when you gotta worry about it catching on fire. I'm a little bit bored with the process already and I've only made about 6 trips. This little manure spreader is built really well. It has a wheel drive, so I have to engage this little lever, and the wheels have some pretty big gears next to them that make the manure spreader turn and move the manure closer to the edge of the machine. Most manure spreaders are PTO driven, and since I don't have a tractor, this one works perfectly. You can find tiny manure spreaders like this at a lot of farm stores like the Tractor Supply, but those ones tend to be built pretty shoddily and they could definitely not handle what I'm putting this one through today. For the most part, the manure that I'm spreading out today is broken down enough that it shouldn't burn the grass. I've waited about as long as I can for this task, and there's still a bunch of hay clods inside the manure that don't really break up too well. Every fall and spring I do harrow the pasture, so after I'm done spreading all the manure today, I'm going to go back and harrow all of these clumps of poop that the horses have left out here over the summer. Once I do that, this pasture is going to be shut down for the year. The horses are not going to be allowed back in here. This is a task I usually do right before it starts to be freezing overnight, so the poop can still get chopped up a little bit. But this year I am on a time crunch, so when I have time to get all these chores done is when I'm actually doing them. Even though I am doing quite a bit of work today, it gives my brain a chance to do some planning. I am almost completely done getting all of the horses ready for their travels. All of their Coggins tests are back. They have their health certificates. The only thing left that I need to do for the horses is get brand inspections updated. After that is done, I will be ready to move my first load of horses. I had to change up my plan a little bit while I was scooping the manure. The stuff in the middle was extremely hot and very heavy. As I was loading up and spreading the manure, I had to balance the old steamy manure in the middle with the fresh, lighter stuff on the outside, just so I didn't overwork the spreader. I believe the gears and everything could have handled the load, but the tires were getting a little bit suspicious as I went along. Even though I really love working with the horses, I think if I didn't have them around and I needed to get a regular job again, I would really like operating a bobcat. Something about the hum of the motor and the steady lifting and dumping is very relaxing to me. After about 2 hours, I decided that this is definitely going to be more of a marathon and not a sprint. I've got to get this done by today, so I'll just continue spreading until it is all done. When it was all said and done, it took me about 7 hours to get through my giant manure pile. The rest of the day I spent with Pearl doing all of her favorite things. She enjoyed some belly scratches, a whole entire bag of treats, and then she got to graze with Frisco Bill until the vet came and it was time to say goodbye. Today was hands down the shittiest day I've had in quite a while. I knew when I bought Pearl her time here would be limited. They say that grief is the price you pay for loving someone, and even though it hurts right now, I'm really glad that I was able to be with Pearl in the end. With a full belly, surrounded by those who loved her, Pearl was laid to rest in the most peaceful way possible.